A very good evening to all of you. This is Yogendra from Forsk Coding School. Can you please confirm if you can hear me? Okay, I can see a lot of responses coming in the chat window. Good guys. Okay, thank you. Okay, so even like couple of guys have clicked on the yes button that is seen on the Zoom window in the bottom left. So in the future, if I ask you some question and that involves only saying yes and no, guys, you may use that option as well. Saying yes or no through that option as well. So a lot of people still responding back in the chat window, guys. Thank you. So, guys, once again, welcome to Fast Coding School, and the program that you have registered for and you are here is Python for aspiring data scientists, right? So before I start that what is the agenda for today, so I call this day as a day 0. This is going to be a 6 days long program including today. So starting Monday, it will end up on Saturday evening. Every day we are going to have classes starting at 4 p.m. every day at sharp. So 4 p.m. is the starting time, guys. Initial 1.5 hour would be spent on discussing the concepts around Python, using a Python programming, using Python coding to understand that how you can also write your Python code. And the rest half an hour would be used for doubt session, where you can ask any of your question related to that day discussion, obviously, right? And we would be happy to answer all those questions. So that would be a kind of a one-to-one a query answer session. So you can write your questions in the chat window and we'll read them loud. So everybody understands what the question was asked. We'll announce the name as well, who is asking the question, and others can also listen to it, that what the question was and how what is the answer for that. So that is the format, guys, for 2 hours, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. First 1.5 hour, for demo discussions, understanding the various concepts in Python programming language, and rest half an hour for doubt session. And that would be the activity for every day. Today, guys, is the orientation session, right? Today, guys, is the orientation session. So I'm not going to start teaching you the Python, right? This is, not. So what is there, right? So we are going to discuss a couple of things today, guys. Discussion around Python would be there, that why the Python is, the popular language right now, and how you can also prepare, yourself for the future in this programming language, right? What are the various versions available? What is the tool that we are going to use for next 5 days to write the code in Python, right? What you can also use. So that would be the discussion. What is the day-wise planning? Day-wise planning, we would be covering that, on the day 1, what is going to be covered on day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5, and so on. So that would be the discussion, guys. And, where your training content, would be available, right? So we have created a Google Drive for it, guys. So I'm just going to share the link of that Google Drive first, right? Where you will get every, a material related to this program. So whether it's a coding part, whether it's an assignment part, whether it's a solution to those assignments, or any image that explains some concept, or anything related to that training part, everything, guys, would be available there. So here is the link for you. So that's the link, guys. It's a bit.ly link. If you click, it will open up a Google Drive for you. It will open up a Google Drive for you. Okay. Second point, guys, the second point is this session is being recorded, right? This session is being recorded. We are recording the session, and after the class every day, we are going to upload this, video. We are going to upload this video on YouTube channel, right? So guys, this is a recorded session. So we will every day we'll record the sessions, right? So recorded sessions available on YouTube channel, right? And what is the YouTube channel? So guys, you can go and search for Forsk Coding School. So there you will find the videos available, right? There you will find the videos available. Anyway, we will always inform you when the video is, uploaded, but you can go on this coding school and subscribe so that, whenever there is a new video available, right? So, you can, access that. So guys, am I audible to you? Can you please respond? Am I audible to you? Okay, guys, thank you. I think just one or two guys responded. Okay, thank you. For this entire program, obviously, a Forsk team is there to run this entire program. But I would be your lead instructor, guys. I would be your lead instructor. My name is Yogendra Singh, and along with me, Dr. Sylvester Fernandez, and our team member, Sandeep, is also in this program, right? Obviously, we are going to keep, this program where 70% things are practical, guys. So everything would happen through a live coding, right? And, we would be doing a live coding using the tool. And the tool that we are going to use, I'll explain later on around that part. And 30% is only through a demo discussion, right? And all that. Just to, just to give you a kind of, information or update. Who am I? You can go to my, LinkedIn profile as well, guys. This is me, Yogendra Singh. And we have been, at Fast Coding School for last 5 years. And before that, my entire experience, that is around 12 plus years of experience is into the industry only. I worked as a senior engineer with Qualcomm India, which is, world's largest semiconductor company. The 90% of the chipset that comes in smartphones, it is from Qualcomm. You may have heard about a Snapdragon processor and all. So that's a kind of, guys, a quick, intro to me. I'm just sharing the link with you in case you want more details around that. So here comes the link, guys. If I break it out, that what is the day-wise planning, guys, right? If I break out that what is, the day-wise planning, guys. So see this. Day 0 is, just a minute. Okay. So guys, day 0 is orientation, that is today, right? So it is orientation session. No teaching, but we'll, discuss the things that are required for a smooth running of the program. The day 1, we are going to discuss, right? Basically, we'll start with Python programming here, right? So I'll be talking about what are the data types available, right? What are the data types available, how to, take input from the user, how to give back the output, how to import the libraries, and, how to handle the string operations in Python. That is the day 1 agenda, guys. On the day 2, we are going to, discuss around how to use control flow in Python programming. So how to use if, else, right? That would be there. So that is known as control flow using if else kind of stuff, right? the other thing that we are going to cover on day 2 would be looping. So where we would be, talking about that how you can use while loop or for each loop. So I'm saying for each, right? So how to use for each loop in Python. And obviously we will use these concepts to solve some problem, right? So we'll understand these logics through a practical, activities. So that is there, guys. On the day 3, we would be, handling over a couple of inbuilt data structures in Python. What are the inbuilt data structures in Python? There are lots of inbuilt data structures that can be used to manipulate and store the data. So we would be, discussing around what the list is, what are the functions, what are the tuples, and, a kind of that. On the day 4, guys, right? On the day 4, we are going to talk about functional programming in Python. A new concept, right? So functional programming, guys, and in that functional programming, we would understand how to use map, how to use reduce, how to use filter, how to use lambda functions and all that. On the day 5, again, we are going to cover a couple of inbuilt data structures, and the most popular one is dictionary, right? So we will talk about the dictionary and set. If you see, guys, if you are completely new to Python programming and you have no idea but you are willing to learn Python programming, so guys, it is highly recommended that you start joining the classes from the day 1 and do not miss any session. In case you miss, you have an option to go onto the YouTube channel and watch the video there, right? So guys, day 1 is for beginners. Day 2 is also for beginners, right? I can safely say that day 3 is for beginners as well as for intermediate guys, right? Intermediate. On the day 4 and day 5, those guys who are already good into Python can also join, right? So that is there, guys. So, on the day 4, so beginners, you have to, attend for all 5 days. The people who have already a basic knowledge around Python, they can join us from day 3, no issues from day 1 and day 2. And guys, those who are already good into Python, I think they will find a lot of new things at day 4 and day 5, right? So this is going to talk about, like, we would be using a list, that how you can, handle your data using lists, right? How you can handle your data using tuples, how you can, manipulate the large data sets while, talking about functional programming, that would be there, and dictionaries and set. So that is our 5 days program, guys. Right? So guys, are you excited about this? I think a lot of you, must be, the beginners in Python. So guys, can I have a poll? And you just need to say yes and no through Zoom window, that how many of you guys are beginners in Python programming? How many of you guys are beginners? So don't say, don't raise the hand, just you can press the yes or no button there. So I can, the count is crossing, more than, around more than 150. So okay, guys, and I see, so this count is still raising actually. This seems to be closing at somewhere, right? Okay, guys, this is still going on. Thank you, guys. I can see a couple of people around, 20, 25 people. They say they are not beginner. Guys, don't worry, right? If you have a patience to listen, still you have many chances to learn new things, right? Even if you are you know Python programming already, right? You are not a beginner, right? But that doesn't mean that this program is not for you, right? This program is also for you, and I assure you that every day you are going to learn something new, even if you are not new to Python programming. You already, have developed projects or written code. I think still you will have a lot of things to, and I think for that you should have a patience. Then only you can enjoy that actually, right? So that's the case, guys. Moving ahead, guys, right? Moving ahead. Let me talk about a little bit around Python, right? So let's talk around that. So just a minute, guys. So, okay, let me clear the screen, and now screen is clear. Okay, see this. Guys, I think you are at very right place and at very right time where Python is in heavy demand. And if you are planning to learn something new, I think Python can be the best option as of now, right? According to 2019, a Stack Overflow survey, right? You must have heard about the Stack Overflow. If you don't know about it, don't worry. In the coming days, I will explain how to use a Stack Overflow. This is a kind of a website where people, ask technical question, and the people from the community answer those questions. So I will let you know how to use a Stack Overflow. If you are not, aware of this, don't worry. But according to 2019, the Python was the most, popular programming language. This is the most popular programming language, right? And Python basically comes in two versions, guys. Generally, we know that Python 2.7, and Python 3.7. And basically, this number keeps on changing, right? So generally, we say 2.x, x can be 7, x can be 8, and that, right? And similarly, this is 3.x, right? And now, guys, there is no further development on this product line. So guys, there is no new development right here on 2.7 product line. Every new development is only happening now on 3.6 or 3.7 and so on, guys, right? So we will also be using 3.7 for us. We will write the code using this version of Python. So guys, can you please confirm that you got an idea that Python comes into two versions, and as of now, only this line, this 3.x version product line, I call it as a PL, product line, right, is, under the development, right? And, there is no development now from January, 2020. There is no new development happening here on, 2.x, right? That is there. So basically X is like a number, right? 2.7, 2.8, 2.6, right? And so on like that. So X is just a number around that. So that's there, guys. Talking about where Python is used, I think you should understand that, before even you start learning Python, right? Before you start learning Python, guys, right, you should understand that where it is being used, right? What are the use cases where Python is in so much demand, basically, guys, right? So primarily, I can, say, guys, that Python is used in three primary areas, guys, right? The one area where it is playing a dominant role, right? No one is even close to it. That area is known as data science area, guys, right? Data science. And when you say data science, I include everything into this. You can talk about data analytics, right? And don't worry, guys, on the last day, I will talk about what the data analytics is, what the data science is, what the machine learning is, right? So this is being used in machine learning as well. This is used in deep learning as well, right? Sometimes people say AI as well, artificial intelligence, right? This is being used in image processing, guys, right? So, those things that is there, even in the visualization and everything. Visualization means showing the data in graphical format. Showing the data in graphical format is called as visualization. So everything comes here in the data science. Second part, guys, the Python is heavily used in automation as well. This is used in automation. What is the meaning of automation, guys? Automation means, that replacing the manual activity. What do you mean by automation, guys? Replacing the manual activity and using some software system or a hardware system or a mix of both, right? To replace that manual activity, replace that manual labor, right? You deploy some machines, you deploy some software, and that software or that machine takes care of that activity. Then that is called as automation. And as of now in the industry, guys, automation is heavily used in testing, right? So testing the software application, testing the mobile application, right? So automation is being used. And to automate the things, right? To automate the things, people are using Python to build those systems, right? To build those systems which are automated in nature. So this is again a very huge area where, guys, the a Python is being used. The third area, guys, that is known as web development, guys. It may be a surprising element if you're not aware about the Python capabilities. Python is nowadays, used in web development as well. And if I talk about web development, guys, you can basically, bifurcate the web development into two, sections. One section is known as front-end development, and the other one is known as back-end development. Okay, what is the front-end development? What you see in the browser, right? What is the view? What is the color, schema? What is the font size, right? What is the placement, right? It's a kind of a UI. So to develop a front-end application, guys, you must have a knowledge around HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap. It's a library, actually, Bootstrap by Twitter, right? So you should know, those things. And in the new ways, a front-end development, guys, people are using AngularJS here. People are using React.js. JS stands for JavaScript, guys. So don't get confused. Java, is different language, and JavaScript is a different language if you're not aware. So that's, so if you want to become a front-end engineer, you must be knowing, a couple of these technologies and programming languages. But if you want to work on the server side, you want to know that how the data is being stored, you want to know that how the request coming from a browser is handled by the server, right? So you should work as a backend developer in that case, right? You want to know that how application like Book My Show, gives you the data when you, log in your application, how it shows you that, how many seats are vacant, how many seats are filled, which one is filled, which one is, a vacant, right? How you can register that everything is happening at the backend, guys, right? And to work as a backend developer, earlier people used to work on PHP, right? People used to work on .NET, people used to work on C#, people used to work on Java and all. But nowadays, guys, right? But nowadays, Python is also taking a pie here. Python is also heavily used in backend development. And there are two primary libraries that are used for backend development. That library is known as Flask, and the other one is known as Django, where the D is silent, guys. So I don't pronounce the D, right? But it is written like this, where you can see the D as well. So we say it Django and Flask. These are the two libraries, guys, which are developed in Python, and they are used for backend development. So if you have a good knowledge around Flask and Django, right, you can have a good opportunities in web development as well. So guys, this is the top field as of now if you talk about Python uses, right? Then the second one is the automation, guys, and the web development, the Flask and Django, right? And now, guys, they are used for web development, Flask and Django. Even like while developing backend applications, you may need to store the data in a database, right? And that's where a new age databases are coming into picture. And the new age database that is being used nowadays in almost every application development, there is a database which is with the name called MongoDB, right? MongoDB. So guys, don't get confused. MongoDB is not a Python library. It is a database actually, right? And any application, Java application or C++ application or any other application, you can use MongoDB, right? Because that is used for data storage, right? And any programming language will have a support for this. So guys, I have told you 3 use cases, right, where the Python is right now the dominant programming language across the world. And that's why there is a huge demand for Python developers now. And I'm assuming that this is going to stay for next 5 years, right? So even if you are in 3rd year, final year, 2nd year, probably this is the right time where you can pick the Python programming language and probably, right, make a good future into this. No technology, no programming language is going to stay forever, guys, right? Technologies come and go, right? And based on their usability, the span may be short, span may be long, but guys, along with any programming language, it is also equally important that you should understand, that a problem solving skill is equally important. You should learn that how you can solve a problem, and to solve that problem, there can be any programming language, right? There can be any programming language. Right now we are using Python, but in the future, guys, maybe after the 2 years, we must be conducting a session on a new programming language, and that is coming up. This programming language is Julia. So I think Julia will take up the Python, but as of now, अभी तो हम लोग Python के बारे में ही बात कर सकते हैं, because that is the hot cake as of now. So guys, are you okay that I gave you 3 areas where the Python is being used? The game development is not that much in Python, guys. The game development is not that much, but if you want to develop a game in Python, there is a library with the name called Pygame. Right, so there is a library with the name called Pygame, and that can be used as well, but that's not in a very much use. If you want to develop a game, guys, right, AR or VR, AR stands for augmented reality or virtual reality. So if you want to develop those kind of games, then guys, Python may not be a very good choice for you. You should start using a tool. That tool is known as Unity 3D. Unity 3D, guys, right? And in Unity, guys, you can either use a C# or JavaScript. These are the 2 languages supported by Unity for a game development, right? So that is there. So guys, what do you say now? Are the things clear so far with you? Can you say through yes and no? Okay, I can see responses coming up, guys. Okay, guys, good, very good. Cool. Now, guys, I have before I tell you that what are the various tools that you can use, guys. So and now, guys, I'm talking about what are the tools that you can use to write Python code, right? Tools to write Python code. Generally, these tools are called as IDE. We call them as IDE. And what is the IDE, guys? Integrated Development Environment. Integrated Development Environment. So the tool, right, or IDE that you can use to write Python code. There are more than, you know, one. Basically, there is no specific tool for this, guys. But the tool that I would be using to teach you Python, right, or the fast coding school would be using to teach the Python, that tool is known as Anaconda Spider, guys. Anaconda Spider. But if you are already aware that, you know, around the tools, if you are already aware, guys, so that is our, you know, choice. You know, we are going to use this, guys, you know. But you may use Anaconda, guys. You may use Anaconda, you know, a Jupyter as well. You can use that, right? You can use, guys, PyCharm as well, right? You can use, you know, basically for a beginners kind of a code, right? You can use IDLE as well, idle, right? That comes as a default tool whenever you install Python on your machine, right? Maybe you can use VS Code as well, right? Maybe you can use the VS Code as well, guys. If you are not willing to use these offline tools, these are the offline tools, guys, right? You need to download the binary and double click on that installer or binary and then install, you know, those, you know, tools. But if you are not willing to use, maybe you can use some online tools as well, guys. Maybe you can use some online tools. One of the online tool is Google Colab, right? Maybe you can use, you know, a HackerRank or HackerEarth, right? I'm talking about the online tools, guys, where you can use these, right, to practice for Python coding. Maybe you can use CodeChef, guys. Maybe you can use CodeForces, guys. Maybe you can use Codility, right? Maybe you can use LeetCode, guys, right? So there are a lot of, you know, tools, you know, available for online coding as well, right? So, you know, the options are limitless as of now, right? But we are going to stick with Anaconda Spider, guys, right? And now the point comes that how you can install this tool. How you can install this tool, guys, right? For that, guys, basically, right, a spider is basically the specific name given to that tool, and Anaconda is a package, guys, right? Anaconda is a package. Maybe in the online tool, guys, you can also use RAPL, right? RAPL.it. This is also one of the popular tool. We use this tool for Java programming, right? So as of now, guys, what I'm telling you, that Spider is the specific name given to the tool, right? Jupyter, right, is a specific name given to the tool. All of these tools like Spider or Jupyter or VS Code, and maybe I think PyCharm is also included into this, all of these tools come under one package, and that package name is called as Anaconda Navigator, guys. So the name of that package is Anaconda Navigator, guys, right? And when you install Anaconda Navigator, everything gets installed. Spider gets installed, Jupyter gets installed, right? VS Code gets installed, right? So how you can install this Anaconda Navigator? So let me tell you guys how you can do that. Just a minute. I'll let you know through this part. So I'm on my browser, guys, right? So here I say Anaconda, you know, download, for example. You say Anaconda download. So I just write it in my search window. And this is the first option that you see, guys, individual edition, Anaconda. Just click on this, right? Just click on this. Okay, the page is open now, guys. After clicking, we are on anaconda.com, right, guys? And there you see download, right? So you just click on this download button, guys. You don't have to do it right now. You can do it after the class, right? I'm just telling you how you can do it. And guys, now you have 3 installers available, and based on the machine you have, whether it's a Windows machine or it's a Mac machine or a Linux machine, you can choose the installer, guys, right? In most of the cases, 64-bit installer would be fine, but if your machine is a little old and it is working on 32-bit machine, a bit architecture, then you have to use this, right? So the new age machines are most of them are on the 64-bit already. But if you're using old generation, in case, right, that may be a possibility, because we all come from a middle class families, and it may happen with us. So guys, if you are on a Windows machine, on this 64-bit graphical installer, as of now the Python 3.8 is the latest version they have, so you can use this as well, right? So depending on your machine, guys, if you are working on Linux or Ubuntu, guys, right, so that is there. So and once you double click and download the installer, after the download is complete, you need to double click, and then the installation is pretty much easy. Just click next, click next, click next, kind of a journey for you. And after that, your Anaconda Navigator gets installed. You can launch that, and once the Anaconda Navigator is launched, you will see a window, guys, right? You will see a window, and that window will have an icon, right? That window will have an icon for every tool. So there would be an icon for Spider, guys, right? There would be an icon for VS Code. There would be an icon for Jupyter. There would be icon for some other tools like Orange and all, right? Even R is also there, R, capital R. It is also a one programming language which is used in data analytics, but now way behind Python, So that is Anaconda Navigator, guys, right? And when you click on this, there is a launch button, right? Right, for every icon, right? There is a launch button, guys. And when you click on the launch button, guys, you will see this kind of interface that is currently seen on your screen. And this interface is basically called as, right, Spider. So even you can see, right, that in the title, guys, it is written as a Spider, and the version I'm using is Python 3.7. So guys, is the installation process, right? That how you can go on the internet, how you can download the installer, how you can install it, how you can launch it, and after launching of the Navigator, how you can, start your own tool, which can be Spider, which can be, Jupyter, which can be VS Code. We are going to stick with Spider. So guys, is that clear so far? You can just say, yes and no through that button on the Zoom, right? You can just say there, yes and no. Cool, guys. Thank you. Good. You guys are getting it. And a couple of guys are saying that I already have. Yeah, if you already have, that's okay. That's guys, right? Yeah, that's cool. Okay, guys. Now, right? You use any tool that doesn't change the coding, guys, right? If I'm using a Spider and you are using Jupyter or you are using PyCharm, that will not change our coding, because Python is a programming language and it will work, with the same behavior on each and every tool that we use, right? So don't get confused that if you are using Jupyter, you will have to write a separate code and there is a separate syntax. No, everything remains same. Our writing, coding writing would be, a same, guys. In case couple of guys may not have access to laptop or desktop machines, in that case, what they can do, guys, as of now, we do not recommend to learn programming language. You should have laptop or you should have a desktop, right? Then only it would be a idea, it would be a good practice for you, right? But if you do not have, because a lockdown situation is there, things are not normal, right? So it may, possible that you do not have the access to a PC. In that case, you can also use your mobile phone, guys, right? You can, use your mobile phone. And in that case, guys, you may download a, application, and that application is known as Decoder app, right? So you can install it on your Android phone, and probably that may help you to write the Python code, guys, right? So that is there. This is only for those people who do not have access to PC or laptop. The people who are having laptops and PCs, right, guys, you need to install either Anaconda Spider or Jupyter, or PyCharm, or a VS Code that is there, guys. And you may look if there is a iOS version also available, guys, right, for Decoder app. I have not checked it yet, but Ayaz, you can check around that if that is available, right? So that is there, guys. Right. Or maybe you can use a RAPL as well, right? So there are a lot of yeah, and you're right. So that is there, guys. Okay, now guys, as a next step, what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain you guys that how we can use a spider to write our Python code. So guys, you have to focus now a little bit on my screen as well, right? So focus what is seen on the screen, and as well as listen what I'm telling you, right? And that will give you a best understanding of this tool. Now guys, just listen to me, guys. This is our the screen that you see is our spider screen. Okay, now guys, this left hand side, the left side window, right, where you see a blue border, right? When I move my mouse to the right, the blue border is on the right side, but right now it is on the left side. This window is known as editor window, guys. This window is known as editor window. And if this is an editor window, this is the a space, guys, where you have to write your Python code, right? And now if you want to write your Python code, how you can start writing the code, guys? So for that purpose, guys, what you have to do, you have to go to the file menu, right, and click on new file. So see this, guys, I have clicked on the new file option, and that opens up a new file, right? And the new file that you can see right now, guys, in the editor window, now you can see two tabs, right? One file was already opened, right? This was the already opened file. But now after clicking on file and clicking on new file option, right, there is a new file, right? And now can you see, guys, the extension of this file is .py, untitled 0.py. That means, right, the Python code gets saved with extension .py. So .py is the extension to Python files. Like for C programming, you have extension .c. For Java, files, you have extension .java. For C++, you have .cpp. Similarly, guys, we have extension .py. Okay. I'm just going to delete whatever is by default written, guys, right? By default, it is written. I'm just, increasing the font so that you can also see what is, So as of now, this file is completely clean, guys, right? This file is completely clean. If you want to save it, guys, right? If you want to save it, you can again go to this file menu, and there is an option called Save As, right? So this is the Save As option, guys. And now when I'm going to save this file with a different name, as of now, the default name has come Untitled 0, right? I'm not happy with this name. I want my own name. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to save this with a different name, guys. So how I can do that? Let's see. So you can see, a pop-up window has come up. And now it is, prompting me that you can change the name from untitled 0.py to some other name. So as of now, guys, I'm just saying just demo.py, right? And as of now, this will store in some folder, and the folder name is free 8 July Python, right? You can choose any other folder to save this file, but I'll talk about this folder location later on, not right now. And I save the file, guys. So now my file has been saved, and it is being saved. Now you can see the name has been changed there. Earlier it was untitled0.py, and now it is demo.py, guys. And now I can write my Python code here, guys. And as of now, the first statement that I write in Python, guys, I write a print statement. See this? There is a print statement. And within the print, right, I use parentheses. And now using double quotes, guys, I say, hello from Forsk. This is the text I want to display. So for that purpose, what I do now, guys, I'm going to save it. You can see the star. That means this file is not saved yet. And now I save it. And now to run this statement, guys, this is the first Python statement that we have written. I have selected it. And now to run this statement, guys, what I'm going to do now, to run this selected statement, guys, either you can press Shift button and Enter button, right? So pressing Shift and Enter button on your keyboard will execute this piece of code, guys, right? Will execute this piece of code, and see this, guys. And when this statement is running, this statement is executed, now you can keep a focus on the right side of the window where we will see the output. That means the right side window is working as a command line, and we call this as a console in Python, guys, right? In normal, you can say this is a command line kind of a tool on the right side, but we call this as a console. So this is, guys, a console button. So I'm just increasing the font so you can see it better. And now, guys, I selected this line, and after the selection, I press Shift Enter, and then running it, I saw the output here. So output is seen on the right side, and now you can see this is the console, guys. And you can see on the bottom as well, right? The tab which is enabled on the right window is now Python, IPython console. So this is the console, guys, right? And you can add one more statement as well. Let's say you say print, and then within the print you say 2 plus 3, right? So this is a mathematical expression now. And now, guys, see, I just run it again by pressing Shift Enter. Guys, if Shift Enter is not working on your machine, for example, you can press F9 button as well, right? You can press F9 button as well, and that will execute your code, right? So you can see 2 plus 3, the output is coming 5. I can select the both, right? I can select both, and then I can, again, press, Enter, and then you can see both of the codes are executed, hello from Forsk, and there's the answer 5 in the next line. If you want to run the entire, source code, right, entire code in the file, maybe you can try one more option like this run button. Can you see, guys, there is a green run, a playback kind of, a button there. If you click on this, it will run your full source code, right? It will, a full source code, guys, and there you see the output is also right? So, guys, to print the string, you are using double quote, but it is a mathematical expression, right? So you don't need double quotes, basically. It is just a 2 plus 3 kind of, right? And I can use the console window as well, guys. It would be interesting for you guys to know, if you are a beginner, right, that I can write the statements there as well directly, right? So I can say print, and I can say hello, guys, just, so it is just saying hello me. I'm just saying 2 plus 3. It is just calculating, 2 plus 3 and, showing the answer. So it is just working as a command line. So console window. So, guys, to run the selected piece of code, I told you that you can press, Shift Enter, right? And if Shift Enter is not working, the other command that is for you. So on the Windows machine, most of the time F9 is the default to run this code. So, guys, I have explained you 2 windows in the Spider as of now. This is your left-hand side, where we call it as the editor window, and you can have your .py file here, and you can write your own Python code there, right? We'll write the Python code tomorrow, not today. I just gave you the explanation that how you can use the Spider actually. And on the right side, guys, you have a console. Okay, now, guys, right, now a couple of things for you, very important, guys. Can you see that on the right side there are three, basically, tabs on my screen. The tab which is currently, enabled or currently selected is IPython console, right? The other tab is known as Variable Explorer. See this, guys, Variable Explorer. As of now, this is completely blank. When I declare a variable, let's say I declare a variable a is equal to 10, right? It is a way of telling in Python that my variable name is a, whose initial value is 10, and as 10 is integer, so data type given to a is also integer, guys, right? So a is an integer. So when we select and run this piece of code, guys, a is equal to 10. This is initialization of a variable with the name a. Initial value is 10, guys, right? You will see this, variable in the variable explorer window now, guys, right? So can you see, guys, now I have enabled variable explorer tab, and within that tab you can see the name a there, its type integer there, its initial value. I will talk about later on, right? It is just a, a way to explain that how the explorer is working, right? We are not going to start the teaching as of now, just giving you, just setting the ground so that from tomorrow, guys, we go in a full throttle and just focus on the learning part, right? So we are just preparing you for that, tomorrow's, game. And as of now, the last tab is files tab, guys, right? This is files tab. And there you can see lot of files and subfolders are opened, right? So basically what it is showing, it is actually, giving me details of a file or subfolders in a specific directory. And what is that directory? So I can choose that directory, guys. So I just click on this, right? I'm just going to click on this icon, guys. This is, browse, a folder, right? So I click on this, guys. I'm clicking on this, see this. And when I click on this, guys, what you can do, for entire 5 days, I would recommend you guys that you should create a separate folder in your machine, right? You can give any name to it. And you should write every file, you should save every file in that folder only, right? So guys, just create a one folder and use that folder only for your learning for entire 5 days or entire week. So, and I have already created my folder, and name of my folder is this free 8. I can choose any other folder as well. And guys, within this folder I have already a couple of files, right? I have already couple of files with me, so I'm able to see all of those files here. So guys, the directory that you set by clicking on this button is known as working directory. What we call it, guys? Working directory. And the directory that you set from this option, guys, right, is known as working directory. And once this working directory is set up, whatever file you are going to open here or create a new file here, all those files would be saved in this working directory. And that's why, guys, when I save this file demo.py, you can see, guys, that demo.py file is being saved here, guys. Can you see this, guys, on the right side window, guys? Demo.py. Okay, I'm going to repeat it again, guys, what I told you, right? Right side window is working as a multi-purpose window. In the multi-purpose window, guys, we have 3 tabs, right? We can add more tabs as well, but that story is later on. So the first one was IPython console, that is now known to you. Variable Explorer, that is also known to you. That will show the variables that you use or data structures that you use in Python code. And the third option is Files tab, guys. Files tab basically lists down all those files or subfolders which are under the selected directory, and that selected directory can be chosen from this option where you click on this button, click the folder that you are interested in, that the folder in which you want to save your work. So you can save that folder, you can click on that folder, right? So, and once you click on that folder, guys, right, once you click on that folder, guys, you will, see that all of those files and subfolders, right, lying in that, directory or in that folder are seen here, right? So you can see a lot of txt files, some images. And if I double click on this, bmical.py, this is the file which is already there, right? I double click on this, it will be opened up in the left side editor window as well, guys. So you can see this I have, and I can, close it from here. I can close these files from here. So guys, is using a spider easy for you now, right? You will understand more about it when, actually using. So guys, can you give me a poll that things are clear around a spider now? So I can see a lot of people saying yes and no. Oh, okay, okay. Very few no, actually. Okay, guys. Good. Now, guys, couple of important announcements, right? Couple of, so if you guys are familiar with Jupyter, continue to use Jupyter. If you are familiar with, PyCharm, guys, continue to use PyCharm, right? Don't switch to a Spider. If you are already familiar with some other tool, it's okay. It doesn't, it will not affect your learning in any way. Now, guys, a couple of things for you. What are those things? Let me, explain. Yes, online as well, right? If you're using some online tool, that's okay. You can continue to use that online tool, guys, right? Now, see, guys, just a minute. I have given you explanation around this as well. Okay. For a smooth, a conduct of the classes, and to make sure that you guys, learn well, right? That you guys learn well, use your time properly. There is a no wastage of time as well, right? So guys, there are, some best practices. And one of the best practice that I want to tell you that during this entire program, you will not see my video at all, right? Because that is not required. That is not in any way going to help you to learn Python, right? You will see only my computer screen where I'm going to explain something or write the code for you. And you will just hear my voice. For you guys, either you can say yes or no, right? Or go faster, go slower, or something like that, right? Or either use, raising hand option, or either using chat window, right? So whenever you have to say something, you have a question, you have a doubt, you have some problem or whatever, right? You can always raise your concern through chat window, and most of the time, right, we try to answer that. 99% of the cases we answer that, right, guys? So whenever I ask you guys some question, right, because I can't see you, you can't see me, I can't see the expressions on your faces that are you getting it or not. The only way for me to know that are you getting it or not is through these communication channels only, where you press yes or no, or use chat window, or use, raising the hand, right? So guys, whenever I request you to share your feedback or answer anything, please all respond. That will really make this program quite interactive, guys, right? And I assure you guys, this is going to be a different experience for you. And I can safely say, because, from the past experiences, this is going to be a different online class experience for you. This is not the as usual, recorded session programming. This is a live class, right? And, guys, I told you that you can go to the Forsk Coding School, subscribe to it, right? Because your videos, recorded videos, would be available there only for you, right? And as of now, we have 2,000 family members on that, right? So that's there, guys. And you can go there and Forsk coding school. You can search on that. Just Forsk coding school. So see this, guys, Forsk coding school. That's there. Here we see, see this. This is the guys, right? That's there. So you will see the, even you can access the, videos from the, past programs, right? Okay, now guys, one more announcement, for you. As you are already aware, guys, this program is free to join, right? Free to join, free to attend, right? I have already, shared the Google Drive link with you guys, right? I have already shared the Google Drive link as well. So I'm again sharing the Google Drive, those guys who have joined late for, for some reason. So this is the Google Drive link, right? And now, guys, this program is free to join as the details were coming to you guys, right? For every day, right? For every day, we are going to use the same Zoom link. Zoom link is same, right? Same link, same password, and everything is same. It's not going to change every day, right? The videos are available on the Forsk Coding School, right? And guys, if you like this program, guys, if you like this program and really, feel that yes, there was, a quality learning, there was a value addition in your skills, right? You can opt for a certificate option, guys, right? You can opt for certificate option, right? And, by just paying 200 rupees only. But you don't have to pay it, not now, right? I'm not going to talk about more this. We will open the registrations soon, not today, right? They will be opened up maybe, a day after tomorrow. We'll open the registrations for certificate. You can register there, right? And, after the completion of the program, you will get a certificate of participation. And let me show you the format that we use, right? So this is the design, this is a sample certificate, guys, right? This is just a sample certificate. Things will change. Your name will change, right? This title will change, Python for, aspiring data scientists would be there. So this would be the format of your, certificate, guys, right? So I think that is something I have covered for today. So guys, I hope you liked the session. Maybe you can give your feedback on chat window or yes and no button. I think you must have liked it, right? Or if you want to share any feedback, we are open for that. If you have any question around it, we are open for questions as well now. So Aman Kalwar saying it was awesome session, sir. Swati Sucharita, it's saying informative session, sir. Guys, there is no assignment today. Guys, there is no assignment today, guys, right? The assignment will start from tomorrow, guys, right? Anindita Kundu, I think she is a faculty member. So saying very nice session. Thank you, ma'am. Mahima Kohli is saying any assignment? No, Mahima, there is no coding assignment today, right? So Dhaya Paran, I told you that you can use rappel.it, you can use HackerRank, you can use, CodeChef, you can use CodeForces, you can use Hacker Earth, you can use Codelity, you can use LeetCode. There are a lot of options available where you can go online and write the code, right? So Abhay Gupta saying very informative, sir. I like so much. Piyush Aditya saying, sir, please provide the certificate for free. Piyush, this program is free, and every month, around 5,000 to 6,000 students register for various courses in Forsk. And we have kept every access to those programs for free. But just to run these shows, right, we need to sustain as well. And that's why the certificate option is optional, right? If you are willing to support us and you really like the program, you can go for the certificate option as well. Akshay Kumar Banker saying, yes, sir, I liked it. And Paul saying it was a good session. Saundarya Mollet saying liked it. Priya Jha saying class was awesome. Arpan Kapoor saying thank you. Chandra Mohan saying informative session. Nasrat Belgaon, I think from Karnataka. I really liked. Please maintain same consistency. Thank you, Nasrat. We'll continue to do so. Arnav saying good, sir. Krati Vashne saying informative. Vishnu Tejas saying it's worth listening or learning, sir. Siddhartha saying it was good session, sir. Pragya Narang saying yes, session is excellent, sir. Abhishek saying informative. Musaddak Khavar, I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong, saying you are great. Okay, Aliasgar saying great, sir. Gadi Jaya saying informative. Sri Harini will do it tomorrow. We'll share the August calendar as well. Omar Sankar saying it's a nice session. Sonali saying, don't worry, I'll let you know, Sonali. All right, we'll let you know. Anonymous JP saying, a way of teaching us awesome. Sivam saying, sir, awesome, sir. Amra Akshakumar saying, so thank you, sir. It is going to help us. Chandramohan saying, thanks a lot. Ashwini Patel saying, sir, so awesome. Okay, so Kanhaiya Gupta saying same. Sri Ram Achari Deng, Shubhi Suviksha saying amazing, sir. Supriya saying, sir, it was a good information for beginners. Rahul saying, sir, quite useful. Thank you. Shreya Ramesh saying, loved it. Use as well. Shreya was in Java program as well. Akash Vashne, thank you, Akash. Som Sekhar Kiran, Hussain is there. Yeah, guys, we are excited for tomorrow's as well. Sai Tejas saying, sir. Vishnu Tejas saying, sir, your explanation is superb. Akshada Parthare saying, so thank you, sir. Guys, a lot of people come from South India cities as well and remote places. Sometimes my, calling them my name, calling them by name may not be, correct in terms of pronunciation. So, sorry for that in advance. So guys, this is a 1 week program, guys. It will end up in Saturday, right? So, Srishti from Silang, Meghalaya saying, I'm too new to this language and you made it quite easy. Love the class, sir. Thank you, Srishti. Nisha have same to say. So a lot of people, now, are saying here. So Sagar saying, so really this Forsk coding school is super because I have learned more about Java in previous classes. Thank you, Sagar. Anjali Bokankar, I think she is from Maharashtra. It is really nice session, sir. Thank you. No, Akshay, Atanore, Idle, and Spider are different tools. Both of them are used for Python coding, right? Rohit Chadda, I think you joined late, but I have already explained, what is the 5 days course, but I'm going to explain it very quickly as well. Don't worry. I will let you know just a minute. So, see this, guys, this is the 5 days program we have, and this is the day-wise coverage, guys. This is the day-wise coverage. Rohit, I think you can see it now. Nivedita is also there. Okay. Khwaja Mohiddin saying nice session, sir. Khaza Mohiddin, if you're a faculty, you can contact to Surendra. I will let you know how to contact him, right? Siddharth, please, have your question. So, so a lot of people are, Kavya, Ajit, I think in the August, you will have advanced topics as well, right? So, so that is there, Kavya, right? So that's there. Raghu Jiva sir, if we know C programming, then only we have learned Python, or can we learn Python? So Raghu, you can learn Python directly. There is no, as such that you should understand C first and then only you can, learn Python. No, you can directly jump on to learning, Python programming. People from 11th class, 12th class, 8th class, 6th class, 7th class, they are learning Python. So why can't you? You can also learn that. Don't worry, you will learn it. Swati saying AR and VR, please explain. AR stands for augmented reality and VR stands for virtual reality. You can Google more around it, Swati. And generally, they are used for gamification part, right? So if you want to explain something, maybe you can use AR and VR. You want to develop a game, maybe you can use AR and VR, kind of that, right? Oculus glass, if you have heard, right? So those are kind of AR VR kind of a tools are there, right? So yes, Pankaj, you can run Python on Android. You can use a decoder app there, right? You can use a decoder app there, right? That's there. So Ravi Charan Singh, sir, I have been attending your sessions like AI and ML using Python. Thank you, Ravi. Yeah, Shefali Siraj, yes, we look forward, guys. Yeah, we also look forward, right? Velga Bharat Kumar, you will get your Java certificate by today evening. Velga, right? If you can hear me. Gaurav Bhaskar saying, sir, I have some issue with the audio. I think, Gaurav, what you can do, you can update your Zoom application. Please update your Zoom app, right? And I think things would be fine, right? So that is there. Chetna Malik saying, sir, when would today's session would be uploaded in YouTube? I think that would be uploaded after an hours, So generally we finish off the class at 6 p.m. and the video is available by the 7 p.m. Chetna, right? So that's there, guys. Jivita, it will improve your knowledge in Python. Sai Teja, you can receive your certificate, but I will let you know about the certificate tomorrow, not today, right? One, you will get a soft copy, right? Because of the lockdown, deliveries of this stuff is, with delay, and there are a lot of issues. So we are only, pushing for the soft copies only, right? So Ayaz Muhammad, yes, you can use, yes, iOS users can also use online compilers as well, Ayaz, right? You can use that as well. Karthik, yes, there are a lot of courses coming up in the future. We will share those details pretty soon to you guys, right? Raj Shah, if you want the best ID for data science, go with a Spider, right? Raj, please go with a Spider. That would be very good for you, right? Manoj Kumar, you will get a soft copy. I think I answered your question. Yeah, Jyoti, thank you. Right. Garvita, we will share the registration link for certificates. You can fill that, and after that, you will get your certificate as a soft copy in your email, given email, right? That's there. Yeah, Sumant, thank you. Shuman Saurabh saying liked it, clear, interactive session. Yeah, Nisha saying it was awesome, very interactive and knowledgeable session. Thank you, Nisha. Yeah, there are a lot of people actually. Sashank Arora saying, sir, can you explain what exactly is data science? I will explain this on the last day where I will talk about, I will give you a definition what the ML is, what the data science is, what the analytics is, what the deep learning is. I will talk about that on the last day, Sashank. So please, wait for that, right? Govardhan, certificate registration for our previous programs are closed now. You cannot register for those past programs, right? So Jan George Kosi saying, sir, today's session was very good. Sagar saying, I'm from Karnataka. Thank you. Welcome, Sagar. Arjun Sashank saying, sir, good session. Will you provide relevant projects on Python? We can give you an idea around that. Praveen, there is no task for tomorrow class. The task allocation will start from tomorrow, right? Nikita Atidole saying, great session. I like the way you teach. Thank you, Nikita. Siddharth, I told you that, can you post your question again? Probably you're talking about certificates. So certificate, you can register for the certificates, but not today. We will open the certification, certificate registrations later on, not today, right? Sapna Nayak, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, guys, we are also looking forward for future, sessions, and we are happy that you liked it. Soumya Sultan saying, sir, thank you doing such a good service to the society by giving free classes on the leading topics. Thank you so much. Thank you, Soumya Sultan. Yeah, so Shivam Pachori saying, sir, do you teach Django? This program does not include Django. Shivam, maybe you can register for future programs. There we will have either a session on Django or a Flask, right? Yeah, Aryan saying, sir, is the certificate useful for a company? I think, Aryan, if you have developed a skill, and after developing a skill, if you have a certificate, so certificate will actually give you an entry, right? And once you have entry in the interview room, what you speak, how you explain the project work, right? How you explain your skills, that is more important. So certificate is the first step. So if you can share the certificate with the employer, or you can claim that, yes, we have a certificate and you know so many things. So basis of that, you can get an interview call. But after the call, it is up to you, right? Certificate will help you till that point only. After that, you will have to explain that what kind of projects, what kind of skills, what kind of assignments you have done, and then only you have a good chances to get a job. I think I answered your question. Garvita Mishra will let you know where to register for the certificate, but not today, right? Um, so Asma Sheikh saying, sir, if we have a question after the session will complete, then where we can ask, you can drop an email on forsklabs at gmail.com, Asma. So I'm just telling you the email ID on the, Asma, Forsk, FORSKLABS at gmail.com. You can ask your question on this. Don't worry, right? Sumit, you cannot see the chats. They are one-to-one only, right? Only the host can see, right? Jubin, this course duration is 6 days. This course will end up on Saturday. This is going to run for, entire week. Every day we are going to spend 2 hours, right? Dhaya Paran, yes, you can, if you have no doubt, you can, leave the class now, right? Delhi, Nishtha from Delhi is saying, sir, how is Python useful in biology? I think people from the technology or biology or biosciences or similar fields, I think they can use, a Python for simulation, Python for visualization of various compounds, and, a lot of other things. I'm not from a, biology background, but there are lots of libraries in Python which are developed for used in biosciences only, right? In bioscience domain only. So if you know how you can write a Python code, that will help you to customize the code in case you want, right? Or anything which is not available in the library. Maybe you can write your own, into that. So I have seen a lot of people from biology background, right? They are into research, pharma, kind of that, and they also want to learn Python because, that is the need of the hour now, right? Yeah, Juvin Dua will do the practice exercises as well. Don't worry, right? Yeah, Nandi Konda Visal, thank you, right? Jaideep Purohit, session for Python for web development will come in the future now, right? Ayushi, thank you for, thank you, Ayushi Sharma. She was in our Java class, right? Thank you, Ayushi. So Suman Saurabh saying, sir, any program for big data? I think it should be there in August or somewhere in August end or in September. Yeah, Arnav, good. If you are in class 12, you will enjoy it. Don't worry, right? No Shritam Achari. No, not like that, right? So So online application means that uses the internet, Azure, right? Offline, like once you have installed it, if even if there is no internet, your application is going to continue and it's working, right? That is called as offline application, right? Yeah, Ria, you can attach that certificate in your resume. Java workshop will come in the next month, right? Uh, no, Poonam, it will not affect your certificate. It will not affect your certificate, Poonam, right? Python is a programming language, George Koshi, or MongoDB is a database, right? So using Python, you can store the data in database, MongoDB, you can fetch the data and all that, right? So that is there. So Atom, you can also use Atom as well, ID. Atom is also good, Sublime is also good, but these are editors only. They are not IDs actually, right? So you can write the code, the way you code. Yeah, Abhinav, you can use VS Code as well, right? Yeah, Tanjil Bilal. One session on machine learning is coming in the August month. We will share the folder, right? Dr. Sylvester, can you check if the drive folder is accessible or not?
It is, sir. It is available. You
Okay.
can show a demo of that also, sir.
So maybe I can show you that, how to access that drive. So guys, I'm just going to copy the drive link and open that drive link in the browser window. So see this, guys, here I'm coming on the, of Firefox browser, and there I click on the window. This, this is a drive link actually I'm opening, guys. Sanjay, Bhargav, I think you will need more time to prepare for interviews, right? 1 week is just a starting point. You need to spend more time, more time, then only you can get. So, so this is, no, Supriya, you can leave now, if you have no additional question, right? Mugila Prabhakaran, yeah, we are going to provide you the study material, so guys, you can see, guys, the free season 8. This is the folder you can access, and you will get the things day wise. So, day 0, day 1, you will see the new folders as well. Every day, we will create a new folder, and you can see the entire content and the instructions, and everything is already there in the drive. You can go and check for yourself, right? Yeah, Chatra Kumari, thank you. Divya Gyani Bisoy, a MongoDB is a database. The way you heard about MySQL or SQL or SQLite 3. So MongoDB is also, a name of a database, right? So that is there. Raj, it's not about the advantage and disadvantage of Jupyter and Spider. If you are comfortable with Jupyter, continue with the Jupyter. Both of tools are equally good. There is, you no need to compare them, right? So you just, Lalit Arya, it is not an internship certificate, it would be a certificate of participation. Internship is not for 1 week, right? If it is a program for 45 days or 30 days or 2 months, then only you can issue a internship certificate, right? Pratisha, it may happen that we conduct a session on Angular and React as well, right? Yeah. So Lalit, I have answered your question as well, right? Suraj, Julia is a future language. It is, industry is just starting to use Julia. And Julia is a functional programming language. And I explain you what the functional programming means. I will tell you on the 4th day. Abhinav, I'm not ignoring you. Can you can you send your question again to me? I think I missed your question.
He also messaged me also. I also told him to give his question. Avinav, you can send your question again. Nobody's ignoring you.
Lalit, I answered your question. Can you raise your hand if you got the answer regarding the internship? Okay, thank you. Tanjil Bilal, yes, you have a more scope for data science compared to ML and AI. Much better scope if you work in the data science domain. Bilal, you can raise your hand if you got it. Right.
Sir, he's asking how we get certificates, sir.
Okay, Abhinav, I told you that we will open, a certificate, registration link. अभी हमने certificate के registration से start नहीं किए हैं अभिनव, वो अभी start होंगे. मैंने सिर्फ आज आपको तरीका बताया, explain that how you can get a certificate, right? You can get a certificate by paying 200 rupees, right? And you need to fill a Google form, and we will share the link to that Google form on Wednesday, right? And then you can register yourself, and after that you will get a certificate. Abhinav, did I answer your question, right? Malika Singhal, I think Sylvester sir, she has a question. I think you can better answer that. She's saying, sir, good evening, sir. I'm Malika from Rajasthan. I have a question that do we have to integrate VS Code with GitHub in order to upload it to GitHub? I think
Yes, we have to. So there is an option in VS Code to link it to the GitHub. You need to set in your credentials, then it goes directly onto the GitHub.
Okay. So Malika, you will have to do it. Then only you can push your code to GitHub. Aparna Jain, yes, Pygame is a library in Python. I will explain more about libraries tomorrow, then you will understand it much better. Pygame is a library that can be used to develop games, right? Shivraj Chavan, no, Python, learning Python programming is very easy, right? Learning Python programming is very, very easy, right? Yeah, Akshada will conduct AI ML course that will start in the next month, right? Anshu, we welcome you. You would love, the way we eat, and you will love the coding, right? So don't worry about that. Anshu, in case you want any, you feel any difficulty, you can contact Sandeep, right? He will help you, right? So I'm just going to, let you know, guys. So there are two guys, Sandeep and Surendra, guys, right? So Sandeep and Surendra, they are, Forsk team members. For any non-technical query, you can call Surendra. For technical queries, guys, you can, call Sandeep. For non-technical, right, Surendra is there. No route, Tukuna route. If you're already using PyCharm, continue to use that, right? Vijay Mehta, please drop an email, right, regarding that to Forsk. And this is the email ID, forsklabs@gmail.com, right? forsklabs@gmail.com. So that is there. Vijay, right? Shakti Raj Das saying, sir, any session on React Native? Abhi to nahi hai, Shakti. In future, it may be there, right? Pragya Naring Singh, I am Pragya Naring from IIT College, Alwar. This is my first session. I want to ask that this is only 1 week training course. Yes, Pragya Narang, this is only 1 week course, right? And in the 1 week, I can guarantee you, उतना Python सीख जाओगे जो तुमने अपने semester में भी नहीं सीखा होगा. If I explain it in Hindi very clearly. We will cover that much of Python, which is, more than what you cover in your entire full semester in any college, in any university. That I can guarantee. Pragya. Anyway, Pragya, IIT Alwar is my alma mater. Yeah, Shakti Raj, thank you. Abhinav, VS Code is good. If you are using VS Code, continue to use that, right? And VS Code can be used for anything, for any language as well. So आप उसी को continue करिए, right? Yeah, Shivraj Chauhan, you are right. Bioinformatics is a branch for computer biology where Python is required. Thank you, Shivraj. Sachin, you can get all the videos on Forsk Coding School. That is our YouTube channel. There you can go and watch the video again if you are interested. Virat from Assam saying, sir, is it important to know more than one language? Virat, I think it's a good idea to master yourself in two languages, right? And I'm just writing down in order of importance. The first language you should focus is Python. The second language that you should focus is JavaScript, and the third language can be Java, right? So that is there. First is Python, second is JavaScript, and the third is Java. Aksha Patdhare, we have done it in the past, and that doesn't work. To keep everyone in discipline, I think it's good to continue asking questions through chat only, right? So that's there. Shreyas Sete saying, sir, are you going to conduct any session on data structures and algorithm? So how many of you guys, as of now, currently 150 students are there in the classroom. I want to know that how many of you guys are interested in data structures and algorithms kind of a course. How many would like to join if we float such course? You can raise, you can press the yes button so that I can get a exact count, guys. Rather than raising the hand, please, respond through yes and no. Yeah, Visoy, we will cover everything, right? Yeah, KM Sapna, you are right. You are an MBA student and it would be a good learning for you and good luck for your future, right? Praveen, I'm not sure what you are asking about. I think Scratch Python is like learning Python from beginning, right? Learning Python from zero. That is, Scratch Python. I think you're talking about, right? Okay. So Sagar, if it is not working, maybe you can use rappel.it or any other online tool. Don't worry about that, right? Okay, thank you, Radha Rajput. So guys, I think now we can close the session if you have no question to ask. I think I have covered, right? अगर फिर भी किसी का सवाल रह गया है, so still they can ask the questions, right? If someone is left and I did not answer his or her query, Yeah, Aman, thank you. Suju saying, sir, hello, sir, Sujit, okay. My query is which database language, or let's say database service, MySQL, Postgres, Oracle, or NoSQL, do we need to learn for data science? I think for data science, you should focus on NoSQL. So you should learn MongoDB, and even the new Postgres version also includes NoSQL features as well. Cassandra, MongoDB, and all these databases are good for data science activities. Suju. रोहित पवार, ये सवाल फिर से आपका आ गया है. तुमने जावा वाले सेशन में भी ये सवाल पूछा था, और तब तक पूछते रहो जब तक तुम्हें इसका जवाब सिल्वेस्टर सर एक रेफरेंस बुक के नहीं दे देते हैं. सो आई थिंक एक काम करना रोहित, ईमेल डाल दो एक बार, है ना? लास्ट टाइम भी रह गया था ये. सो forsklabs@gmail.com पे एक ईमेल डाल दीजिए. आई थिंक काम हो जाएगा तुम्हारा. Yeah, anonymous JP, yes, you can do that. Tanjil Bilal, will talk about those projects later on. I think today is the first day and it would be too early to talk about those projects, right? So Kirtana, Java script is a language which is used for front-end web development, and Java is a separate language, right? So like your Android applications are developed in Java and your web applications are developed in JavaScript. Kirtana, did you get it now? These are two different languages, right? Yeah, Updesh, you can do that. Updesh Shoran. कहाँ से हो भैया? हरियाणा से या राजस्थान से? Shoran. So, okay. No course on MATLAB, Pradhan, right? There is no course on MATLAB, right? Uh, Lucifer saying, sir, please use only English. I'm Telugu guy and I don't understand anything in Hindi. Sorry, Lucifer, will continue to English only. You know, Sabyasachi Sar saying, sir, any session on ethical hacking? No, as of now, Sabyasachi, there is no session planned on ethical hacking. Lalit Arya saying, sir, any session for JavaScript? As of now, because we are a small team, Lalit, so we are developing new courses, but I think they will take some time. So maybe in 2-3 months, you can have, you can see a course on JavaScript, right? Yeah, Sheikh Hussain, right? You can. Yeah, Sauran, okay, you are from Haryana. Okay, so आप कर सकते हैं that you can do on 1st August, Sauran, no issues, right? So MDU से पढ़ने वाले हैं क्या? So okay. So Vijay, I think it's a part more closely related to data science. So using Hadoop or Spark or a Databricks, all of these tools are used in data science or data engineering, where you can manage the large data set, or a size or large volume data, right? So they are more closely related to data science, Vijay, right? विराट सिंह सर, अच्छा होगा अगर आप डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स एंड एल्गो पे कोई सेशन करें. Yeah, we can try that. Anonymous JP is asking, sir, can I use Python on Jamp server? Sylvester sir, what is, do you hear me?
No, I need to check, sir.
Okay, I think Anonymous, I need to check it once, because I have used PHP and other programming languages there, but I'm not sure about Python as of now. Anonymous, I'll come back to you. And thanks for asking this question, right? Hadoop is a tool, Vijay. Hadoop is a tool, and I will explain more about Hadoop on when we talk about functional programming, when we learn, map and reduce. So there is a concept called a map and reduce in Python and other programming languages as well. So Hadoop works on that principle, and Hadoop is a tool. It's an open source tool, Vijay. Amrita Singh, sir, can we hack any Android and iOS system? I think you can do that, but I have no idea how to do that, Amrita. So guys, can we close it now? I think we are done with all the question answer sessions, right? Yeah, thank you, Amrita. Yeah, thank you, Poonam, Pranati, Rohit. Rohit, I liked your learning attitude. Keep it up. Okay, guys, I'm closing it now, and see you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Thank you. Oh, I got it. Something. Okay. Honorable, good evening, sir. I'm Roshni Maurya from Uttar Pradesh. Sir, please tell me which languages are best, C language or Python? Generally, Roshni, see this. You cannot say that C is good or Python is bad, or Python is good or C is bad. Every programming language has a different purpose. And as of now, right, because in the first year itself you encounter with C programming, and that's why you think that C is the only language in the world, and it's not like that. Every programming language has its own disadvantages and advantages. If you want to become an embedded software developer, or you want to go into the field of driver development or some kind of hardware driven projects. In that case, C is still being used, right? But if you want to work on the new age projects, right, the projects where future lies, if you want to work in the field of artificial intelligence or machine learning or automation or something like that, then Python is best suited there, right? And there are lots of libraries in Python which are based on C language itself. तो हर लैंग्वेज का अपना अपना एक वो है. अगर आपको अभी सी लैंग्वेज सीखने का मौका मिल रहा है कॉलेज में, तो आप उस पर ध्यान दीजिए. उसका सीखना आगे आपको किसी भी नई लैंग्वेज की सीखने में भी हेल्प करेगा, राइट? और अगर आप पहली बार किसी लैंग्वेज को सीख रही हैं, तो मैं रिकमेंड करूंगा कि आप पाइथन से स्टार्ट कीजिए, राइट? बिकॉज पाइथन को सीखना थोड़ा सा सी के कंपेरिजन में ईजी है. सो दोनों ही चीज़ें हैं, डिपेंड करता है कि आप किस तरफ जाना चाहते हैं, राइट? सो कंपैरिजन नहीं कर सकते कि गुड और बैड कौन है, यूटिलिटी उसकी क्या है, राइट? यूटिलिटी क्या है और आपको किस डायरेक्शन में जॉब करना है, अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट यू हैव टू चूज, राइट? I think Chetan, you should have good understanding on the SQL. So focus on the SQL. SQL queries वगैरह पे अच्छा कमांड होना चाहिए. It's a good Python के अलावा, क्योंकि डेटा की हैंडलिंग के लिए कई बार sometimes you may need SQL as well, right? तो वो अच्छा रहता है. उपदेश शौरान, पाइथन और मैटलैब दोनों अलग अलग चीज़ें हैं. पाइथन जनरली इंडस्ट्री में ज़्यादा यूज़ होती है. मैटलैब जो है वो एकेडमिक्स में या टीचिंग वाले लोग जो रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, जो सिमुलेट कर रहे हैं, वो है. मैटलैब में कोडिंग पार्ट बहुत कम है, मैटलैब में कोडिंग पार्ट बहुत कम है, और वहाँ पे ऑलरेडी फंक्शंस हैं, ऑलरेडी टूल्स एंड लाइब्रेरीज हैं जिनको वो लोग यूज़ करके डायरेक्टली अपना काम कर लेते हैं. पर इंडस्ट्री में मैटलैब नहीं चलता है. इंडस्ट्री में दूसरी लैंग्वेजेस चलती हैं, और ओबियसली पाइथन उनमें से एक है. तो दोनों अलग अलग हैं. मैटलैब एकेडमिक की दुनिया है, राइट? और पाइथन ओपन सोर्स है. मैटलैब लाइसेंस्ड वर्जन लेना पड़ता है, राइट? सो दैट इज देयर. So did you get it, Updesh? Yes, you are right. It's a growing language, right? Python is growing, right? So I'm not sure about what you are saying, that why remove O-level course C language and at last Python now. Can you say again what is your question? I think every university and college should update their courses, or subjects, as the time, requires. If industry is demanding for Python developers, I think they have a course on Python, right? If industry demands that we need C developers, then, they can have a C course as well. So ultimately, it depends on the students actually, right? That should be there. So after you learn JavaScript, I think, Vijay, you can go for that React or Node kind of frameworks. React and Node would be good for you, Vijay. React.js and Node.js, kind of that. React is a set of libraries from Facebook, Vijay, right? And that is used for front-end development. Yeah, Krishna, this session would be available on YouTube as well, right? Rasha Singh, sir, any specific session for how to become data scientist, or any reference for getting a guidance for it? I think we'll keep a separate session, Raj, and you can enroll for that, right, Raj? Okay, guys, I'm closing it for now, and I think people are done now, and tomorrow we are going to meet again at 4 p.m. See you guys, right? Get ready. Yeah, thank you, Vijay.